to all Steelers fans out there. The air around Pittsburgh is buzzing with a mix of hope and uncertainty as the team navigates one of the most critical positions on the field, the quarterback spot. Recently, free agent Aaron Rodgers, a name that carries a lot of weight in the NFL world, dropped hints that he could be suiting up for the Steelers in the upcoming 2025 season. This would mean that longtime backup Mason Rudolph might find himself edged out for the starting role. A situation stirring plenty of debate and speculation among fans and analysts alike. But the big question hanging over the Steelers organization is, how are they really feeling about this potential change? Behind the scenes, it appears that the coaching staff, led by the ever-calm and respected Mike Tomlin, isn't exactly panicking over whether Rodgers signs or not. In fact, from what insiders have gathered, there's a quiet confidence in Mason Rudolph's ability to lead the team. This is no small vote of confidence for Rudolph, who played a pivotal role in guiding the Steelers to the playoffs a couple of years ago, particularly shining with his December performances. His calm and competent play in those clutch moments has earned him respect and loyalty within the organization. The Steelers aren't just relying on their quarterback, though. Their team identity is deeply rooted in a strong defense and a powerful running game. This solid foundation means that even if Rodgers doesn't end up donning the black and gold, the team still believes it can compete at a high level. They don't feel like they're waiting on a savior or a superstar quarterback to suddenly come in and turn everything around. There's a grounded understanding that while Aaron Rodgers has an impressive legacy, he's also entering the twilight years of his career. At 41 years old, his recent performances haven't exactly mirrored the MVP caliber player he once was. Last season, his play was hampered by a serious Achilles injury he suffered in September 2023, along with other nagging injuries that slowed his game. Still, it's worth noting that in the final stretch of his tenure with the New York Jets, Rodgers showed glimpses of the player Steelers fans once revered. A quarterback who can make plays and take control when it matters most. Despite that, the Steelers passed on other veteran quarterbacks available on the market, such as Sam Darnold from the Seattle Seahawks and Geno Smith from the Las Vegas Raiders, before turning their attention to Rodgers. It seems like they were searching for a solution, but never found one that truly excited the organization. What's really intriguing is the candid acknowledgement coming from within the Steelers camp. According to insiders, if you were to get the coaches and players to speak openly, they would probably admit that none of the quarterback options in free agency this offseason, including Rodgers, were truly their ideal choice. This was more about making do with what was available rather than finding a perfect fit. The Steelers have a pragmatic approach. If Rodgers comes and adds value, great. If he doesn't, they are ready to move forward with Rudolph and the rest of the team. Now, all eyes are on the upcoming mandatory minicamp set to begin on June 10th. Rodgers' decision to participate or not in this 3-day session could send a loud message about his intentions and commitment to the team. If he opts out, it might fuel more speculation and questions about how the Steelers' locker room really feels about the legendary quarterback potentially staying away during spring preparations. That kind of absence could affect team chemistry and the perception of Rodgers' willingness to be fully invested in the Steelers' future. From a broader perspective, the Steelers are in a fascinating position. They have a quarterback who has proven he can deliver in crucial moments, but is no longer the unstoppable force he once was, facing competition from a backup who, despite limited opportunities, has shown he can handle the pressure and lead a playoff push. The defensive unit and running game remain the backbone, which gives the team flexibility to navigate this uncertain quarterback situation. In the world of football, quarterbacks often get the spotlight, and understandably so. They are the face of the franchise, the ones who can make or break a season with a single throw or decision. But Pittsburgh has never been just about one man under center. This franchise has thrived on collective effort, resilience, and a strategic approach that doesn't solely rely on flashiness or star power. This mindset might explain why the Steelers appear calm amid all the quarterback drama. They know the game is about more than just one player, even if that player is a future Hall of Famer like Rodgers. At the same time, the weight of expectations is heavy. Steelers fans are passionate and demanding, used to seeing their team compete at the highest level. They want to believe Rodgers can bring that extra edge, that veteran savvy and leadership that could push Pittsburgh deeper into the playoffs. Yet, they also appreciate Rudolph's grit and the loyalty he has earned. It's a delicate balance between hope and realism, between what could be and what is. The upcoming months will be telling. Rodgers' commitment in training camp, how he meshes with the team, and how the coaches adjust the offensive strategy to his strengths will all play a role in defining the Steelers' trajectory. On the flip side, Rudolph's readiness to step up if Rodgers doesn't arrive or falters cannot be underestimated. He's already proven he can rise to the occasion, and that resilience might just be what Pittsburgh needs if they want to make noise in the highly competitive AFC North. As this story unfolds, one thing remains clear. The Steelers' quarterback situation is far from settled, and every move, every decision will be scrutinized. Fans, analysts, and insiders alike will be watching closely to see if Rodgers becomes the answer or if Pittsburgh continues to trust in the depth and determination of Mason Rudolph. Either way, this offseason drama is shaping up to be one of the most compelling storylines in the NFL. The situation with Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers goes beyond just the game itself. It's a story filled with layers of uncertainty, hope, and the reality of what happens when a team is caught. Between generations of quarterbacks, Rodgers, once one of the most electrifying and dominant figures in the league, is now navigating the final chapters of his career, while Mason Rudolph represents the present and possibly the near future for Pittsburgh, a player who has earned respect but still faces skepticism about whether he can consistently perform at an elite level. What makes this dynamic particularly intriguing is the contrast in styles and experience between the two quarterbacks. Rodgers brings decades of NFL knowledge, countless game-winning drives, and a legacy that few can match. His reputation alone commands attention, and there's no denying the impact a veteran like him can have in the locker room and on the field. However, the wear and tear of a long career and recent injuries mean that he might not be the unstoppable force he once was. The Steelers have to weigh the benefits of his experience against the risks of relying on a quarterback who may not be in peak physical form. Mason Rudolph, on the other hand, carries the weight of proving himself to a fan base that often expects immediate results. His performances in clutch moments have been commendable, but consistency has been a question mark. Still, the Steelers' confidence in Rudolph is rooted in his familiarity with the team's culture and systems, his ability to execute the coach's game plans, and the chemistry he has built with his teammates. This internal support can be just as valuable as raw talent, especially in a high-pressure environment like the NFL playoffs. Pittsburgh's approach reflects a broader philosophy that transcends individual players. The organization has a history of building teams that emphasize toughness, discipline, and balanced gameplay. They know the importance of having a strong defense and a solid running game, which can ease the pressure on whoever is behind center. This holistic approach means that the quarterback, while important, is part of a larger machine that must function cohesively. Yet the fan base remains hungry for clarity and reassurance. They want to see signs that the team is moving in the right direction, that the quarterback situation will be resolved with a player who can lead them deep into the postseason. The potential arrival of Aaron Rodgers offers a tantalizing possibility of immediate impact and leadership, but the questions linger. Will Rodgers commit fully to the Steelers' vision? Can he overcome the physical setbacks that slowed him down last season? And will his presence complement the strengths of the defense and running game, or create new challenges in adjusting the offensive strategy? Meanwhile, Mason Rudolph's role hangs in the balance. Should Rodgers sign and perform well, Rudolph may find himself returning to a backup position, which can be a tough pill to swallow for any competitive athlete. However, if Rodgers does not commit, Rudolph will be thrust into the spotlight once again, tasked with proving that he can lead Pittsburgh without hesitation. His ability to respond to that challenge will be crucial, not just for his career, but for the team's success. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The NFL world is abuzz with the latest rumors shaking up the quarterback market. Reports suggest that the Atlanta Falcons have decided to move on from veteran quarterback Kirk Cousins, paving the way for him to land with a new team. And if the whispers coming out of league circles are to be believed, Cousins has already found his next home, with none other than the Pittsburgh Steelers. While nothing has been officially confirmed by either franchise, multiple sources close to the situation claim that the Falcons have cooled on Cousins after internal discussions about their long-term direction. The team is reportedly leaning toward developing a younger quarterback, possibly focusing on the draft or giving more opportunities to players already on the roster. With this shift in strategy, Cousins, who was seen as a short to mid-term solution in Atlanta, suddenly became expendable. Enter the Pittsburgh Steelers. Always known for their aggressive yet calculated approach to team building, the Steelers are rumored to have quickly swooped in to secure the services of the experienced signal caller. With Kenny Pickett's development still raising questions among the coaching staff and fan base, bringing in a seasoned veteran like Cousins could provide the stability and leadership the team has been seeking under center. League insiders point to recent movements and private meetings between Cousins' representatives and the Steelers front office as evidence that the deal is either done or very close to completion. Although the specifics of the contract remain under wraps, some believe that Pittsburgh offered a competitive package, both financially and in terms of the team's readiness to contend, that Atlanta was either unwilling or unable to match. The potential move has set social media on fire, with fans of both teams speculating about what this means for the immediate future of their franchises. For the Falcons, it could signal a full commitment to a rebuild. For the Steelers, it might be the clearest sign yet that they are looking to win now, betting on Cousins' consistency and veteran savvy to guide them deep into the postseason. Of course, until official announcements are made, this remains firmly in the realm of speculation. But where there's smoke, there's often fire. And right now, all signs are pointing to Kirk Cousins swapping Atlanta red for Pittsburgh black and gold. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.